So your first deployment was 2007 then?
Yes.
Were you a little anxious going over there, wondering what you'd encounter?
Yeah, I remember I felt relatively confident, but there was probably a little bit of anxiety there. I remember my platoon sergeant at the time, who we all looked up to as this tough guy. Before we left, he pulled us all together, and he was like, "All right, who's scared? Raise your hand if you're scared." And nobody raised their hand, you know, because we're all like, "No, we're not scared." And then he raised his hand, and he was like, "Well, you better get scared. You better get scared real quick because they want to kill you."
Is it something you get used to, or you're just constantly adjusting, readjusting to the situation kind of thing?
At first, I would say I got used to, you know, it seems like there's almost different levels of firefights.
Yeah.
So I think you start to get used to the more tame firefights, and then, you know, when you find yourself in the more intense ones, it feels like a new experience every time. But then I reached this point on my first deployment where you just start feeling as though you're living kind of day to day, and you kind of stop thinking about the future. You stop thinking about getting hurt. So most of the time, you know, I'd say most of the people I shot, I probably didn't recognize that I shot them at the moment where I shot them.
Yeah.
But this guy I did, and there was kind of there was a discomfort in watching it. But there was absolutely no regret to any of it, because he pointed an RPG at me. I mean,
right.
But you know, there was still like a brief moment of, you know, this is another person, and you know, they have a family and they have people that care about them, and you know, and but at the time, you know, I have to put my guys first. So.
How does it feel doing the show? I mean, is it personally beneficial, or is it a struggle sometimes when certain subjects come up? Dealing with that in public? I
think both. I think it's personally, I never really got much therapy, you know, after coming back. I mean, I definitely, you know, when I came home, I could see the acute symptoms of PTSD. But doing this show has become my therapy, since I don't really seek out other therapy. It's very much therapeutic in all. So yes, it's healthy in the way that it allows me to deal with it. It allows me to continue to grieve. You know, and I don't want to leave it just at grieving, because obviously there's tons of happy memories, there's tons of pleasant memories. You know, I grieve for the memories that, you know, grieving helps to. You know, but then I laugh, I smile, I have fond memories, and it leaves me feeling closer to the guys I served with at the end of the day. There's so many positive and negative moments there. And the interesting thing is it's layered with just growing as an individual. You know, since I joined at 17 and got out at 26, I mean, there's a lot of growth for anyone between the ages of 17 and 26. And then you start layering combat in, you start layering relationships in. And I kind of say it's some of the highest highs and lowest lows. And I think it definitely shaped how I view my world. You know, in some ways I think I'm more cynical now, and in other ways I think I'm more optimistic now. And I think a lot of that all comes from my experiences there.